Hello everyone, my name is Ramesh. Welcome back to my channel. In today's session, we are going to discuss about couple of interview questions, that is constructor behavior in Java, and the other one is can a constructor be made final in Java? Let's check the constructor behavior in Java. That is constructor has same name as class name. Okay, we know that, right? And no return type is allowed for the constructor, not even void keyword also actually. Okay, but we can use access specifiers for the constructor. Access specifiers means default, public, private, protected keywords. And another question is, can we overload the constructor in Java? Yes, it is possible. We can overload the constructor and with the different parameters, right? Okay, and coming to the another question, can we override the constructor in Java? No, it is not possible actually, constructor, because it has same name as class name. It is not possible actually. And coming to the another one, what happens if we provide the return type to the constructor? Will it give any compile time error or runtime error? We will check in these things actually. And the next principle is, can a constructor be made final in Java? No, the answer is no. This is not possible to use final keyword for a constructor. Instead, we can use access specifiers for the constructor in Java. Access specifiers means default, public, private, and protected keywords. Let's check it like all these features one by one by using Eclipse tool. For that, I'm going to create new class called student, which is having main method. Now declare three variables. So integer ID and string name, student name, and string address, right? Okay. Let's check the the first principle, right? Constructor has same name as class name, right? Student. I'm just going to create it. Okay. Now print them some statement here. Sys out, right? Sys out here, and this is the default constructor, right? Just print some message. Okay. This is the default constructor. Okay. This is the default constructor. And coming to the next thing is student. Okay, just assume that we're providing integer ID only. Okay, this dot ID equal to and ID. Okay, so now we can provide the constructor return types, right? For example, if you are providing public, assume that we can provide public, it is allowed. Okay, and even private also we can provide it. Let's assume that we are providing default you know keyword here, and for the second thing, second constructor, we can provide public. Okay, let's print the sum sys out, right? Some values here you can print it ID. Okay, and then plus ID, name. Okay, and plus name, right? Okay, let's separate this one with some comma values. Okay, so now we are providing another constructor, that is public. Instead of public, you can just use protected, right? Private you can use it, or private anything. Okay, protected, private, student, student, right? Okay, and then integer ID and string name. Okay, two parameter constructor. Okay, now you can print something here this dot ID equal to ID. Okay, this dot name equal to name, right? Let's print the same thing like the here also. This is the two parameter constructor, right? ID name, and then third parameter, so two parameters, right? This here we are printing only ID. Okay, let's avoid this, only print ID only. Okay, so now we can using here private student integer ID and then okay string name. Okay, this is the two parameter constructor. Let's create the three parameter constructor. Let's copy the same thing, just add the additional parameter. Okay, like string address. Okay, So as we know that this is the constructor overloading. Okay, two or more methods having same method name, right? Instead of method name we are using the constructor name here and with different method parameter list. This is nothing but constructor overloading. Okay, and this dot name address, right? The last parameter. Okay, address equal to address and put the address. We already see on the address here. Now print the address value here, right? Any address plus address. Okay, give some space here. Okay, so this is nothing but this is the default constructor and this is single parameter constructor and double parameter constructor and this is the three parameters constructor. So now what we need to do is constructor we are just going to create an object. Okay, we are not invoking constructor student. Okay, s1 equal to new student, right? So as soon as we create the object creates this here by using new keyword, directly it will go and call this default constructor. Okay, we no need to call explicitly the constructor. Okay, automatically it will get called. Let's check the output here. See, this is the default constructor, this one, and the next parameter, right? Student s2 equal to new student, right? So I'm just passing some value here. Now it will gets called the single parameter constructor. Let's check the output. See, the id equal to 100. Okay, so this is the id. Let's give some space here. Okay, here also let's check the output. See, id equal to 100. Now similarly we can provide another object creation s3 equal to new student, right? Okay, in this case we are just providing 200 and then name we are providing, right? Okay, so this is the two parameter constructor we are just calling. Now you can see id equal to 200 and name equal to Ramesh, two parameter. This constructor will be called actually. Let's create the another one actually. Okay, three parameter constructor s4 equal to new student. Okay, so id you can give some 10. Okay, and then name Ganesh. Okay, and address India. Okay, let's check the output now. See, id equal to 10, name equal to Ganesh and address equal to India. Okay, let's check this one. Let's separate something. Okay, at some colon semicolon here, give some space here. Now check the output. See here, this is the default constructor, single parameter constructor, double parameter constructor, and this is three parameter constructor. And next question is, what happens if you are providing this void, actually void keyword to the constructor. Let's check this one. Okay, this is the constructor, right? And I'm going to create, see, void student, whether it will give any compile time error or not. No, it will not give any compile time error. As soon as we create this keyword void by using keyword, right, as return type, it will be considered as the method actually. It will not give any compile time or runtime errors. Okay, see, I'm just going to call this is the method body, right? Which one will be called? See how to call this this method. Generally we will call these methods by using object creation, right? Object reference name dot method name. But here what we are doing is just we are calling the constructor, creating the object name, and this is the constructor, right? In this case, let's check it so still even though we just create the method, right, only these four constructors will be called. But in order to call this method, what we need to do is, see here, this is method calling, right? Okay, if you want s1 dot student, if you give, right, s1 dot student. Okay, see this one, this is the method. See, and now check the output. This is the method body. The method will be executed actually. Okay, so this is the we need to just create the constructors like default constructors and all. Let me summarize it. Okay, initially what we did is we created three parameters and created default constructor. Like this is the default, right? Okay, and keyword also it is assigned default, and this is the public constructor with single parameter, and this is the private constructor with like the double parameter. If we want, like we can give the protected also. Okay, this is the protected constructor with the three parameters, okay, in it, and we are going to just print them actually in each constructor. And finally, like we are going to create the object. We are not just calling them explicitly. As soon as we create objects, like we need to supply the parameters for the constructor. As soon, like the this is the default constructor, the corresponding constructor will be called single parameter constructor. Single constructor will be called, and double parameter constructor if you are providing like some values, and double parameter constructor will be called if you are supplying three parameters, the three parameter constructor will be called. And finally, if you are just giving any like return type to the constructor, it will not give any compile time or runtime error. It will compiler internally assumes that like this is the method behavior. And if you want to call them like so by the method, as we know that like we to create the object and just call the method actually. Okay, this is all about like the constructor behaviors. Okay, the constructor behavior as well as constructor. Can a constructor be made final in Java? No, it is not possible. And this is all about like the constructor behaviors. If you like the content, please like this video, share with your friends, and comment if you have any doubts, and subscribe my channel for more interesting videos. And in next video we'll come up with another interesting topic. Thank you.